Sorry about the audio in the first 4 minutes of the video. I got a new microphone and I was messing with the settings and I just chose the wrong setting. But after the 4-minute mark, the audio sounds way better, so sorry about that. Thursday, October 2021. I was thinking about Henry while I was making a cup of coffee. He came to my house, risking his life just to warn me about the faceless boy. I met him 15 years ago. He was never that loyal friend everyone needs. I wasn't isolated at the time, and I was spending way more time talking to other people, including Henry. He used to talk about his achievements. Henry was careless and arrogant. He was always trying to make me jealous, but I never was. Even though he was rich and successful, I didn't think he was actually happy. It felt like he was wearing a mask the entire time. Like the real him was hidden. And that's what makes me think about things he had done. Why would he do that? Why would he risk his precious life just to warn me? It doesn't make any sense. I took the first sip of my coffee. "What's on your mind?" my wife said as she entered the room. "You're up?" I said while thinking about Henry. Do you think about the thing behind you?" No, I was thinking about Henry." "Oh, well, he's a hero." My wife shrugged. "Did he really die?" My wife stunned. She didn't expect that question at all. "What do you mean, John?" "Few days after the faceless boy's appearance, you were reading the newspaper, remember? You told me that everyone in the town died. You told me that Henry lost his life too. Was that really in the newspaper?" My wife didn't say anything. "Was that really in the newspaper, Sarah?" My wife started to cry. He killed our son. He left the door open. I wanted to see him die the same way our son did. I was angry. I was stupid," she answered. I dropped my cup. It broke into pieces. The hot coffee was all over the floor and the velvet carpet. "No," I answered. "No, not a hero, Sarah. He's not a hero." "What do you mean, John?" she stuttered. I looked at her. I realized. "I'll be back in a few hours," I said while I was putting on my jacket. "You're visiting Henry?" she asked. I didn't answer. "Don't forget your phone," she added. I left the house at 10 a.m. and there was only one place I needed to visit. Henry's home. I was looking at the trees, the leaves, the river as I was walking. The forest we live in is a beautiful place, and the sunlight made it look even better. Nature is unreal. I was also thinking about the faceless boy. My wife was in the house with him. We tried moving out, but it didn't work. He was always there. It's like a parasite, and we're the host. I left the forest 15 minutes later. I was in the street of my hometown again. Nothing had changed. The same old houses, the same streets, the same people. Although I forgot everyone's names. I knocked on someone's door to find out Henry's address because he moved out. A middle-aged man opened the door. "Hi, I'm the guy who lives in the forest." I pointed at the forest. "I was wondering if you could give me Henry's address. He used to live here and he's my friend." "Henry Clark?" he replied. I nodded. "Why do you need that fool's address?" "I need to talk to him," I answered. "How's the life going in the woods?" he said while looking for the address in his phone. "It's fine," I lied. "Here." The address was 6 miles from here, and I didn't have a car. I had to walk. "Thank you very much, and one more thing. Can you tell me what exactly happened 8 years ago? Was there any faceless boy in the neighborhood? Did anyone die?" He looked at me. He must have thought I was crazy. "No wonder you live in the woods. You're sick in the head." He closed the door after saying that. I knocked on another door. Similar response. I asked 8 more people about the faceless boy. Everyone was confused. I was right. Henry did lie to me. And so did my wife. After 3 hours of walking, I entered Henry's town. I had found the house after 15 minutes of searching. It was big and it looked expensive with a pool. I approached the white oak door. I knocked. Nothing. I knocked again. Nothing. Henry! Open the door! I just want to talk! I knocked one more time. Again, nothing. Henry, I know you're home. Open the door. I just want to thank you. I didn't want to thank him. I wanted to talk about his lies. Henry, open the door right now or I'm breaking in. I was pissed. I picked up a giant rock from his yard and slammed it against the door. Now, there was a huge hole in the door. I opened the door from the inside and got in. I didn't even know what I was looking for. Henry was obviously not home. I was enraged. His house was neat and clean. There was a mahogany table in the middle of the living room, and a huge TV on the wall, along with framed paintings. Everything there looked more expensive than my whole house, and yet I was able to break in just using a rock? No bars, no alarms, no security cameras? He really didn't care. Henry? I yelled. Nothing. I was about to leave when my phone rang. I picked up. Honey, can you hear me? The faceless boy is gone. Where are you? I froze. The faceless boy was here. In the house. In Henry's house. I hung up. After 15 seconds, I heard a scream. Henry was home. He unlocked one of his doors and ran to the living room. At first, he didn't notice me. He was only thinking about the faceless boy. Then he turned, and I was there, standing behind him. Not the faceless boy this time. I was the one standing behind. John? I looked at him. He was scared and confused at the same time. You're alive? You're alive? Yeah, Henry. I'm alive. But we need to talk about your lies. You brought it here! You brought it here! He was yelling. And so did you, Henry. But don't worry. You just have to ignore it.